Have you ever just dreamed of having that incredible spa-level luxury right in your own home? You know, that feeling of super soothing steam that just melts all the stress of the day away? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today, an explainer on home steam showers.
It's a pretty amazing thought, right? The idea that you could transform your daily shower from just a routine into this totally rejuvenating experience. And honestly, the tech to make it happen is more out there than ever. But before you start drawing up plans, let's get real about what it actually takes.
Okay, so let's break it down. The absolute heart of a home steam shower is the steam generator. It's this little box, surprisingly small, that does one job, and does it really well. It boils water into steam. But, and this is so important, that steam has to go into a totally sealed and properly insulated shower. I mean, this isn't just about being efficient. It's crucial for preventing all that moisture from getting into your walls and causing some serious damage like mold, mildew, or even rot.
So, you're interested. Awesome. But turning that spa dream into a reality means you've got to do a little homework first. So, let's get into our pre-installation checklist and ground this whole idea in some practical reality.
Think of this four-step check as your essential foundation. First up, space. You got to figure out where this generator is going to live, and it needs to be somewhere you can get to for maintenance later on. Second, and this is a big one, your electrical panel. These things draw a lot of power, so you need to make sure your system can handle it. An overloaded circuit is no joke. Third, plumbing. Can your current setup handle the water coming in and the drainage going out? And last but not least, check your local building codes. Seriously, the last thing you want is to finish this amazing project and then find out you broke a rule with your homeowners association or the city.
And that brings us to the money part. It's so easy to just look at the price of the steam generator itself, but that's only one piece of a much bigger puzzle. To really see the whole picture, you've got to factor in the cost of that sealed enclosure, the new plumbing work, the control panel, and maybe even some ventilation upgrades. When you're budgeting, you've got to budget for the whole puzzle, not just that one shiny piece. All right, let's talk about what is, without a doubt, the most critical part of this whole thing, safety. This is completely non-negotiable. This is what ensures your home spa is a place for relaxation, not a source of huge problems down the road. And what's really key here is how all these things work together, like a complete system. You've got the proper sealing on the enclosure. That's your front line, keeping the moisture in. Then, behind the walls, you need professional waterproofing to protect the structure of your house. Then there's GFCI electrical protection. You absolutely have to have that to prevent any risk of shock in a wet space. And finally, you need good ventilation to clear out the humidity when you're done. If you skimp on even one of these, you're compromising the safety of the entire system.
You know, this quote from our source material just says it all perfectly. This is not a weekend DIY job. Success really does hinge on getting the pros involved. We're talking about hiring licensed plumbers and electricians who know exactly what they're doing and will make sure everything is up to code and, most importantly, safe. Okay, so let's fast forward. It's all installed by professionals, it's working perfectly. How do you keep it that way? That brings us to our next section, what it's like to actually live with your steam shower and how you can make sure you'll enjoy it for years to come. The good news is the upkeep is actually pretty simple. You'll need to descale the heater every so often, especially if you have hard water, to keep minerals from building up and hurting performance. You'll also want to clean out the steam nozzles periodically so you always get that thick, billowy steam you paid for. And at least once a year, give all the seals a good look over. Catching a tiny leak early can save you from a massive headache later. So, we've covered the tech, the prep work, and the long-term care, which means we've landed at the final decision. Let's pull everything together to help you figure out if a steam shower is truly the right upgrade for you and your home.
You know, it really comes down to balancing the dream with the reality. On one hand, you've got this incredible, luxurious dream of spa-quality relaxation anytime you want. But on the other hand, there's the reality. This requires serious planning with professionals, an absolute commitment to safety, and a little bit of ongoing maintenance. The right choice for you is all about being ready to embrace that reality to make the dream happen.
And that really just leaves us with one last question for you to think about. Now that you have the full picture, from the initial planning to the long-term care, is creating a personal spa your next big home upgrade? Only you can decide.